good morning. This is Body Bank on Immaculate Television, a TV station that caters for all your needs, where you get everything you need. However, the program we are on this morning is Body Bank. This is where we give you advice, we give you tips on how to take care of your health and healthy living, knowing fully well that whatever it is you do with your body, you get a direct impact and you get direct effect on your body and how you live your life. I am Olatunji Oluwatosin, and we have a topic that we're dealing with this morning, which is very, very important. With me in the house is a medical practitioner who will do justice to all we want to discuss this morning. I have with me Miss Adedayo. Good morning, Miss Adedayo.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are welcome to Immaculate Television.
Thank you. My name is Kolawole Adedayo, and I'm a nurse. And today I'll be discussing on diabetes.
Okay, thank you very much. She has already given us the topic we are dealing with this morning, which is diabetes. Diabetes is what is affecting various people in the society. However, before we go deep into the topic, let us go on a short break. And when we are back, we'll give you the full dose of what you need to know on diabetes. Don't go away. Do stay with us. We'll be back. Welcome back. It is still Body Bank on Immaculate Television, and the topic we are dealing with this morning, just as we've said, is diabetes mellitus, just as some medical practitioners do call it. And here to do justice on that is Miss Adedayo. And Miss Adedayo, what is actually diabetes?
Diabetic is a metabolic disorder of the body. Now, what do I mean by metabolic? You see, when we take in food, we take in air, everything we take in, the body uses it to carry out its life functions. And so when we use these things, the body excretes the waste products from it. So now the process of taking in useful substance into the body and excreting the wasteful ones is known as metabolism. Now, in the case of diabetes, the reason why I said it's a metabolic disorder is because the body is unable to convert glucose into energy. And what do I mean by that? When you take in carbohydrates or you take in sugar, it becomes glucose in your body, and then the body metabolizes it and uses it for energy. But in the case of diabetes, the body is unable to metabolize the glucose and convert it to energy, leading to excess of glucose in the body. So that is what diabetes is.
Do we have types, or do we have just one type of diabetes?
Okay. Our topic today is diabetes mellitus.
Okay. For
diabetic mellitus, we have three types. We have the type 1 diabetes, the type 2 diabetes, and the gestational diabetes. Now, the type 1 diabetes is also known as juvenile diabetes. Okay. Most times it affects young children, teenagers, and the major cause is because there is an organ in the body known as the pancreas. It helps to produce insulin, and that insulin is what helps to convert glucose into energy for body use. Now, for an individual with type 1 diabetes, the pancreas that produces insulin, something is wrong with it. What do I mean by that? The pancreas contains beta cells that produces insulin. For a person with type 1 diabetes, the beta cells has been damaged, so they can't produce insulin. So for that type of individual, their body does not produce insulin at all, and that is why there will be excess of glucose in the body. Now, the other one we have is the type 2 diabetes. For a case of type 2 diabetes, the pancreas produces little or no insulin. Now, when this insulin is produced, the body cells use it to take up glucose for energy. But for an individual with type 2 diabetes, the cells resist the insulin that is being produced. So the glucose can't be used by the body cells, because the insulin that acts as a key, allowing glucose to enter into the cells, has been tampered with. The cells are resisting it. So because of that, the body can't make use of the glucose. So that's type 2 diabetes. And the third one we have is gestational diabetes. Now, gestation is a very simple word. It means pregnancy. Some women, when they get pregnant, they have gestational diabetes. And the cause majorly is because the placenta produces certain hormones, and that certain hormones causes insulin resistance. It causes the cell to resist insulin, thereby leading to overload of glucose in the body. So those are the 3 types of diabetes mellitus we have.
Wow, thank you very much for doing justice on that. For the gestational diabetes, is it that the woman won't be able to produce enough insulin, or in cases where this occurs, how will the woman know that she has diabetes already?
Okay, for gestational diabetes, like I said earlier on, when a woman gets pregnant, we know we have the fetus and we have the placenta. Now the placenta produces certain hormones during pregnancy that causes the cells to resist the insulin being produced.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that's the major cause of gestational diabetes. Now for a woman who is pregnant, it is normal for her to go for antenatal care.
Yes.
And when she goes for the antenatal care, they do all tests for her, including her blood pressure, her blood sugar level. They do ultrasound for her. They do various tests for her. So when she goes to the hospital for antenatal care and they check her blood sugar level and it is above normal range,
okay, then
she can be said to have gestational diabetes. And most times for gestational diabetes, after the woman gives birth to the baby, it goes. Okay. But the woman is prone to have type 2 diabetes later in life, including the baby.
Wow. So the woman is prone to have type 2 diabetes later in life. Yes. Wow. She has done justice to this type of diabetes, which is gestational diabetes, which affects pregnant women. For us to use simpler terms, for people who are watching that do not understand all these big grammars that we are giving out, gestational diabetes is the one that affects women during pregnancy. And as she has rightly said, it affects them during pregnancy and it goes away immediately after birth, but the woman is prone to have it later in life, and the baby likewise. Okay, for this, we already know what diabetes is and the types. Okay, what are the symptoms by which we can know that we already have diabetes in our body?
Okay, for diabetes mellitus, we have the early symptoms and we have the late symptoms. Now, for the early symptoms, the first thing the patient notices is frequent urination, which we call polyuria. Frequent urination. And what can be the cause of this frequent urination? You know, like I said, for diabetes, the body is unable to convert glucose into energy. And then the body tries to compensate for this. That's homeostasis. The body tries to compensate for this by expelling the excess glucose in the body through urine. And you know, urine contains water. So in the process of expelling the excess glucose, the person loses a lot of water, thereby leading to polyuria. And then also the second thing is polydipsia, excessive thirst. Why? Because the person loses excessive water and the person has to compensate for the water lost. Okay, so leading to excessive thirst. And then the third is excessive hunger. That's polydipsia. The cause of polydipsia is because the glucose in the body is not making use of it. So the body has to demand for more glucose. The brain demands for more glucose to carry out its life functions. Then now, other symptoms we have are blurry vision. Those ones are late symptoms. We have blurry vision. We have wounds that do not heal. You see people, they say they have wounds 6 months, it's not healing, it's getting more debilitated. If you find out such an individual might probably have diabetes. Then another thing is numbness of the hands and feet. After some time, diabetes affects the nerves of the hands and feet, thereby leading to numbness and tingling sensations, to mention but a few.
Wow, thank you very much, medical practitioner. You've given us the symptoms by which we can easily know. These symptoms are very easy to know, even for a layman who do not even understand the normal medical processes of the body. When you start going to the toilet often, you have to go and urinate often and often, more than the normal time that you have to, know that there is something wrong with the body. Or when the body starts demanding for excess food, you eat, the next 15 minutes you are hungry, and like that, know that you need to go to the hospital for checkup. That is what we need to know, right?
Yes.
You need to go. You cannot diagnose it yourself. You have to go
For confirmation.
However, we need to know how we can treat all these things that we've been talking about, and we'll do justice to that when we come back.
In this film, we're going to explain how your body processes the food you eat in order to provide